You've heard about body types, right? Endomorph, ectomorph, mesomorph, estrogenic, androgenic body types, fat patterning. But what about your actual body proportions, and how does that impact the exercises that you do and maybe the competitions that you do? So maybe in strength or bikini, physique, bodybuilding, whatever. So I want to show you a few examples here, because depending on how long your arms are, how long your torso is, your rib cage, how long your legs are compared to your upper body, can really change the way you look, and it can really change what lifts you'll be able to max out on. So let me start out with the ladies. Let's start out with the ladies, but guys, I will get to you. Okay, so look at this, ladies. We have the long torso ladies, shorter legs. We have the long legs, shorter torso. And then look at this. We've got the super long legs and tiny little waist. All right. So what does this mean? It means that this lady here, she'll be able to squat with a back bar squat. She'll be able to deadlift really well because she'll be able to stay pretty upright. She'll be able to squat. She's got a lot of length in her torso. Super great. You put heels on her and she's probably going to be pretty good in the bikini competition because she's got a long torso. This lady's kind of a balanced body. I'd say I'm kind of in with this because that's kind of why I was able to do bodybuilding. And longer legs, so squatting's not going to be the best exercise, not the one to max out on. Then you get this lady here. Okay, so she's got long legs, short torso. Like things like deadlifts and squats are going to be so difficult for her. I mean, as soon as she bends, as soon as she folds at the hip, she has no length in her torso and she's basically facing the floor. So I'm not going to make this lady max out on something like a back squat, but she'll be really good in the posterior movement. So she'll be really good in like good mornings and the stiff leg deadlift. She'll be really good in things like that. But she's going to be better on a front squat. Someone like that, I'm going to use a hack squat because I'm going to be able to reposition her feet. Just because the shorter torso is going to make hinging movements a little bit more difficult for her. Okay, so let's pick on some guys here. And, these are stock photographs, so I hopefully, I'm not insulting anybody. Oh, here's a good example as well. Let's look at this one. So you can see the long torso enables this person to squat. As soon as they sit back, they have all the length in their torso, so they can kind of stay upright and they're below 90 in the squat. This person with a short torso, as soon as they hinge and they've got long legs, they kind of crumple down and folding down. Now, that's not to say I wouldn't have this person squat. I'm just not going to make them max out on that exercise. I'm going to have them max out on something else, not necessarily the back squat. Let's have a look at somebody like this. All right, so this guy here, tremendous physique, awesome, has shorter arms. So this guy with shorter arms is going to be really great at pressing movements. He's going to be super strong in the chest. Any development in the arm is going to look really good really quickly. He has also got an awesome physique. Another example would be this guy here. Again, look at this physique. Good gracious. Shorter arms, so really incredible looking biceps, great development because the limb is shorter and he works very hard, obviously. Probably his back. Well, this guy's probably not the right example because often the back is lacking when they've got shorter arms. Let's have a look at another example. Let's have a look at somebody with long arms. So let's look at this guy here. So he got super long arms. So absolutely perfect for a deadlift like he's doing. But if you've got short arms, you can see how far you're going to have to bend over to get hold of that bar. So again, you're looking at your body type, you're looking at your body proportions, and you're deciding which exercise is the best. Now, that's not to say that if somebody's got short arms, I'm not going to make them do deadlift. That's just not going to be the big exercise that I have them max out on. That's all. Here's another example. Let's look. What about What about the length of the clavicle? This is a big deal, guys. If people think about competing, so the clavicle, here you go, right? I have pretty wide clavicles, and that's why I was able to compete in bodybuilding, because if you have wide clavicles, long clavicles, I should say, you can build big shoulders. Well, the shoulders that you build will look bigger because they'll be nice and wide, which will make your waist look smaller. How many times have I seen a girl that wants to compete and her clavicles end here? And I'm like, it ain't going to work. I mean, you can do the best you can, but you're going to be up against people with long clavicles and nothing you can do about that. You can't grow your bone. But when critiquing a physique and seeing the potential, I'm sorry, tough love, that counts. Here's an example when we look at a couple of guys, right? So look at this guy, super long clavicle, right? And look at that. He's got like a swimmer's physique. Like a swimmer is going to have wide clavicles, right? Not going to have short clavicles. The wingspan on this guy, shoulder development is amazing. It makes his waist look even smaller. This guy, fantastic physique, but short clavicles just creates a different look, right? Put these guys on stage, and even though this guy probably looks leaner than this guy's going to look better just because of his build. Nothing you can do about that. What else? What about, let's go back to the girls. Let's go back to the bikini girls, right? So if you can see the girls that compete in bikini, they always have super long torsos. Oh my gosh, they've got tiny rib cage. They're like 32 bras or something, and super long torsos, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. Here's a picture. I don't know who this girl is, but what a beautiful physique. Look at the length of that torso. Absolutely gorgeous. Now compare that to bodybuilders, and I'm going to pull up, literally I've got a female crush, always have, with Corey Everson, who competed kind of the era just before me. But so this girl's bikini, long torso, right? Gorgeous. Now look at Corey here, who in my mind, I don't care what anybody thinks, I think this is the most perfect physique ever. Look at this. I just stop right there, right? But look at this. So you've got Corey, who's one of the best bodybuilders ever. In my mind, she had the perfect physique. And she has nice wide clavicles. You can't tell so much in this pose. Her torso is not particularly long. So compared to the bikini girl, torso is a little bit shorter, which in bodybuilding works because it makes your back look wider and you get that V taper. So she's got wide clavicles, not a short torso, but not a long torso. And she's got super long arms and legs. And you put muscle on a frame like that, it takes longer because she's got long arms, long legs. It takes a lot of time to build muscle on a frame like that. But when you do, look at this. Perfection. And this is a picture of Corey. I'm not sure when, but a bit more recent. And still, look at this body. Wide clavicles, long limbs. But notice the torso isn't necessarily that long, which worked perfectly for her in bodybuilding, just the V shape she created, but wouldn't necessarily work in bikini, where they need the long torso. Like that. See the difference? So it's kind of fascinating. So when you look at your body types, you know, fat patterning, all that stuff, all of which I discuss in my 21-day signature weight loss program, coming up again. I do that program twice a year. It is epic. But also, so I'm coaching my Muscle Month program right now, and I did a Zoom on this, and I think it's kind of fascinating. Once you can actually look at your body shape and body type and body proportions, you can set yourself up for success. I mean, if you wanted to compete, if you're going to be a strength athlete, if you're going to be a powerlifter, and you've got short arms and a long torso, like, dang, you're golden. If you've got short quads, then you're going to be able to squat for days. Short quads and long torso, golden ticket, right, for a squat. But not everybody's getting on stage, and that's not to stop anyone getting on stage. I'm just saying body proportions count. But thinking about the lifts, so if you see somebody or you've got a program and it's saying, wow, you know what, we're going to do deadlifts, we're going to do back squat, we're going to do bench press, and we're going to try and do this and try and do that, then just look at your body frame and like, am I built for this lift? If you've got very long legs and a short torso, which a lot of ladies do, then yes, I'm going to make them back squat, but I'm not going to max out on that. That's not going to be the exercise when I'm going to try and get them to like their 6 rep max or something, you know, six reps, get them pretty close to their 1 rep max, I should say. I'm going to put them on a hack squat to do that, or they're going to be really great at lunging. You know, short torso, long legs, they're going to be great at lunging. So as a trainer with 30 years experience, I just know what to look for. And I never avoid exercises because of somebody's frame. I just know their strengths and I know their weaknesses. Somebody with super long arms, yes, they're going to do bench press, but am I going to expect them to beat the person whose arms are like 6 inches shorter? No, that's okay, right? Anyway, so it's kind of fascinating. You can maybe check out your favorite athletes or check out yourself and see which exercises you are most suited for. Long torsos, you're going to be really good at hinging. You're going to be good at back squats. You're going to be good at deadlifts because you can stay vertical. If you've got short quads, it's going to be even better. If you've got long legs, things like stiff leg deadlifts, good mornings, you're going to rock it. You're going to be great in posterior movement. If you have short arms, you're going to be great for pushing. Back development is going to be a little bit trickier, but any development on your arm is going to look great straight away. If you've got long limbs, it's going to take you longer to build mass on those limbs, but when you do, it's going to look fantastic. And the clavicle thing, gosh, that's the clavicle thing. You can't grow a bone. It is what it is. If you are blessed with wide clavicles, even like the tiniest bit of shoulder development you can build is going to look fantastic, and it's going to give you the illusion of a smaller waist, especially on stage. And things like wide clavicles are going to help with it with other sports, things like swimming and things like that. Anyway, I think it's fascinating. Again, I talk about body types in my 21-day signature weight loss program. And I talk about the body proportions and identifying my clients' body proportions in the Muscle Month program, which I'm coaching right now, but thought I would share it here. Oops.